Namaskaram. We will begin in a moment. Welcome, lovely Tina. Welcome, Nikki. I know it's a busy day for everyone. So I'll see who joins us live. If you are tuning in with the recording, welcome. We've still got a few more minutes, so feel free to do whatever it is you need to do before we dive in. You will need a journal and writing material, a candle, and I've got my little altar set up above my mat over there. You can do the same if you like, and we will light our unlit candle together. So, welcome, Aurelia. Lovely to have you with us. Yeah, we've got about a minute or so more, so whatever you need to do to be able to really drop in and be present, feel free to do that now. Maybe grab some water. So wherever you are, just finding a comfortable seat, aligning your spine between the heavens and the earth, feeling the great expanse of the mystery above as the moon will go into its eclipse phase it starts in about 3:30 a.m. my time, which is like in what's that? 9.5 hours, 10.5 hours, something like that, if my math serves me right. Welcome, Bianca. Okay, so just aligning the spine between the mystery of the sky above and the present stability of the earth beneath you. And slightly close down the eyes as we remove the outer distraction and just come into our inner world of this feeling bar, this feeling state. What's churning, what's transforming, what is being illuminated at this time. There seems to be so much flux and so much change and so much rising energy of potential and of death and rebirth and new beginnings. So just feeling into where on that spectrum you are. And just know that where you are right now is perfect. Yeah, there's no better place to be than where you are right now. You are here, called here for a reason. Let's just enjoy 3 exhalations through the mouth as we settle in and ground before we begin. So we inhale through the nose, softening the jaw, exhaling through the mouth. You can sigh, you can make a noise, twice more. I'm just feeling any heaviness dissolve, release, and again. Namaskaram and welcome to this Pisces Full Moon Lunar Eclipse embodied ritual. So during this intentional gathering, we'll be beginning with a brief meditation, some astrology insights and journaling before moving onto the mat for a fluid Prana Vinyasa yoga practice, which will then merge into a 360 Emergence Movement Journey. Collectively, we will be uniting our breath with our movement, hydrating our joints with circular motion and traveling along the infinite breath wave, following our intuition and creatively rising with that impulse from within, leaving you feeling open, free, flowing, and deeply connected. So you will need a yoga mat with space to move in and rest in, an unlit candle, your journal, and a comfortable space for integration. So full moons are often decision points, as the illuminating light of the full moon is lighting up all parts of our life and existence, so there is nowhere to hide. And this particular full moon is aligned with the lunar eclipse, which is with the Piscean archetype. And this archetype is really calling for release and not action. It's inviting you to let go, to rest and trust that the space you're in now is guiding you forward into a more aligned future. The message of the cosmos, from the cosmos, is to soften into trust. What's washing away now was never meant to stay. So I invite you to connect with your candle. You can close down the eyes if that helps to connect with an intention, an inner sanctuary of intentionality behind the eyelids. As we light our candle in gratitude and grace for what was and what is washing away, and to welcome in what is emerging. So what is emerging at this time? What is being fully aligned and urging us forward, tethering us into the current present moment, into the new paradigm. So we're currently in a Virgo season. So our focus naturally turns towards everyday practical reality of responsibilities, of routines and small rituals that give us a sense of safety and control, but without But with our moon eclipsing in Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, it acts as a bridge to another world and a new life. So Pisces is a water sign, an element that transports us, carrying us to dreamland or sending us off on a great voyage. And so without Pisces, we wouldn't have empathy. We would never be able to feel compassion for others. We wouldn't look beyond ourselves in everyday world for meaning and purpose. We wouldn't have the courage to let go so that something new can emerge and come into our lives. The Pisces archetype intrinsically embodies qualities of compassion with crystal clear intuitive knowing. They're deeply connected, emotionally sensitive, and often dwell in the spiritual mystic realm. This archetype is known for their empathy and artistic flair, with a tendency towards dreaming with wild imagination. They are the mystic, the artist, the spiritual seeker, emanating a sense of unity and transcendence. So these days around the lunar eclipse may be pivotal, marking personal and collective events that change the narrative of reality as we know it. It's a time of transition as one chapter gives way to another. For many, eclipses may pass without anyone noticing, but it's nevertheless a time when key areas of life demand attention. So for our journaling, I invite you to make a note of all the things which are being highlighted and illuminated or needing your attention right now. So all of those multitude of things. It can be work-related, relationship-related, personal life-related, all the little things which are needing your attention and needing answers, needing responses, needing to be tended to in whatever way. Could be an inbox full of emails, an inbox full of messages, receipts that need filing, like all of those kind of practical things which tend to pile up and for whatever reason just align at the same time when everything else needs addressing and tending to. And so when you have your list, just recognize as well if some things have more priority or less priority than others. How much weight does some have over others? And as we begin to collate this list and recognizing perhaps some sort of order of priority, seeing if you can just, mentally take a note or, write down next to each one the allocated time frame of what it would take for each one to do to be able to tick that off. Or perhaps, make it feel less overwhelming and more in harmony with everything else. Because I know for myself, when I, make these lists and kind of look at all the things that need to be tended to, it's like, oh my God, so many things. But then if I'm able to take the smaller things and maybe deal with them first, it makes the bigger things feel more achievable. So that's kind of how Virgo structures things. That's how we are able to get organized in amongst the mysticism of the Piscean watery energy. So eclipses are seen as engines, or that which steers the course of fate. They punctuate time, swiftly closing out old chapters and swiftly opening new ones. They can represent a move, a marriage, a birth, a death, or a change in career, for example. Plus, this can be especially transformational if the eclipse is on the same degree and sign as a planet in your birth chart. So ultimately, change is coming, doors are closing, paths are being cleared, baggage is being dropped, and old skins are being shed. However you're experiencing this time, expect that it's going to be more amplified than your typical full moon. Regardless if you like it or not, honoring your own needs as you journey through this, first and foremost. So as we know all of this, and as all of this information kind of comes in, I invite you once again, align your spine. You can place your hands on your body in any place or location that feels good on your body. And just tuning in and feeling into the possibility of perhaps softening the control to allow more flow into your daily life amongst all of this that is surfacing, that is swirling and needing your energy and attention and time. Because remember, it's all about the receptivity, the intuitive knowing, the dream state, and the mysticism. So how can we soften control and allow more flow? Essentially, how can we go with the flow? Or in my trainings, we often talk about being those skilled wave riders within the ebb and flow of the waves of life. So as you tune into this concept of, or this idea of being able to soften control and allow more flow into your daily life, feel free to make a note of anything that comes to mind for you. If any kind of wisdom is being whispered, knowing that you've got your list of things to do, you've got your priority, you've got your perhaps an idea of time frame, time scale. And how can you soften now? How can you be more receptive? And how can you have an element of surrender and trust around that? So ultimately, we are being called into the place where flow meets form. When the sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces, we're asked to balance opposites. So Virgo represents order, health, service, and discipline, where Pisces symbolizes surrender, compassion, and the spiritual unknown. These eclipses bring the lessons that true alignment comes when we are able to hold both the ability to release and the ability and the willingness to rebuild. This Pisces lunar eclipse is not a quiet lunation. It's a tide pulling us away from what has expired. It's carrying us towards renewal. It's asking for surrender, not resistance. It asks us to release the illusion we've been carrying, the roles we've outgrown, and the stories that no longer define us. Let this eclipse be a sacred pause, a time to grieve, a time to forgive, and a time to trust that endings create the necessary space for beginning. So this eclipse is the cosmic permission slip to finally just let it go, just to let it go. As challenging as that may feel or seem at times, this is your absolute permission slip just to give it a go and let things go as we surrender to that divine flow. All right, so let's shift into our practice now. So coming over to your mat, you can take your candle if you like and have that with you close by, or leave it where it is. So we begin on our mat. We're going to start standing, having the feet hip distance apart or a little wider, a slight bend in the knees, shoulder blades down the back, spine is long. And once again, just placing the hands on the body in any position, area of the body that you feel needs some loving touch, some loving reassurance, and just a reminder of letting go. Now, letting go is the theme. And if you're not sure where, you're welcome to just place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just breathing easily here into these two power centers. Just notice what's arising on the inhalation, and noticing what's dissolving and letting go on the exhalation. And here we inhale, spine extends, drawing the heart towards the heavens. And then as we exhale, slowly rounding, coiling in, chin to chest. So this beautiful pulsation from within, inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, releasing. Knees are slightly bent, so the energy can flow freely up and down the legs, through the inner and outer thighs, swirling around the pelvis, reaching up to the heart, growing through the crown, radiating down the arms. Inhale, the arms gently move away from the body. And exhaling, gathering the hands back to the body as we release. Inhaling and exhaling. That's it. Inhaling, arms draw away from the body, and exhaling, slowly landing the hands back to the body. Continuing on here as the arms begin to broaden and circle around behind you. Gathering the arms through, circling around. That's it. Beginning to hydrate, lubricate, circulate the wrists here. Keeping a fluid spine. Breathing into the mystic heart, beginning to exhale through the mouth. That's it. And then invoking the Pranava Om for our practice, inhaling. Twice more. Last round in silence, internalizing that vibration that extends from inner to outer. That's it. And as the arms come forward, out and around, we begin to flow now, just turning gently one direction and then the other, and feeling this tidal pull as you move in the opposite way. That's it. You may imagine that you're at the base of a waterfall or in an expansive lake or creek, and you're moving your arms through that water And feeling into that resistance. And from here, as the arms come across the body, we lift them up and they spiral around the crown. That's it. Coming across. Right side or left side, it doesn't matter. Opposite way, up and around. Beginning here to invite in circles with the shoulders. Freeing the upper back. That's it. And beginning to invoke what we call sahaja. The spontaneous arising of breath, of movement, of expression. Sahaja is that which arises without breath, without intention, without any other means but to arise. The sacred union, it's the sacred opposite. It's related to spanda, which is the sacred pulse. The sacred vibration before existence comes into form. That's it. And here, let's widen the legs even more. And feeling, perhaps you're in like a high yogic squat, a high malasana. Side to side movements once more, up and over the crown. That's it. Beginning to warm up the hips here as we deepen into our hip opening. And really moving with that idea of how can I surrender to the flow of life. And you're welcome to bend the knees even more and come down a little lower. And then feeling that height difference as you come up and around with the arms. And perhaps even brushing the hands on the mat in a figure of 8 or a whatever shape that the hands are making on the mat. Side to side, hydrating, lubricating. Coming up. That's it. Coming down low. And coming up high. And as you're ready, we heel and toe the feet back together. Bringing the hands back. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, or any position on the body that feels good for you. As our movement begins to gently come into stillness or into a gentle sway, coming to the top of our mat, we inhale, the arms draw down, forward and up. And like a waterfall, bending the knees, bending the elbows, cascading the body forward and down. Reaching the arms behind you, spiraling the wrists. Bending the knees, rolling up. Arms draw forward and up. And exhaling, pouring the body forward. As we dive down into our forward bend, reaching the arms behind. Bending the knees, coming down, forward and up. Last time here, exhaling. Interlock the fingers, drawing the hands away from the body. Nod and shake the head. Empty out the mind. Hands to the sacrum, massaging down the backs of the legs. Hands on the mat as we step back into our Adho Mukha downward facing dog. Inhaling, heels lift. Exhale, extend the heels to the back of the mat. Inhaling, heels lift. And exhaling. Inhaling, heels lift. We turn the toes to the left, heels to the right. Then switching, heels to the left, toes to the right. So you've got space between the feet here as the heels simply oscillate from side to side. From here, as the heels perhaps turn to the left, we bend the knees and we straighten the legs as the heels turn to the right, bending the knees, straightening the legs. And again. That's it. And bringing the heels to the back of the mat once more. Inhaling, rippling forward through plank. As the knees come down, hips to heels. And circle the body around to the left. Hips to heels. Circling the body around to the right. Hips to heels. Tucking in the chin, rolling the spine, shoulders over the wrist, leading with the belly, the heart, and the forehead. Palms flat or fingertips, cobra wave as we climb up through the spine. Exhaling forward and down. Just coming as high as feels good in the body here. Rolling up through the spine. And exhaling. Enjoying Sahaja Bhujangasana, so spontaneous cobra, rolling the right shoulder, then the left shoulder. Allowing the head to flow from side to side. Staying low here, close to the earth. Or if it feels good in your body, coming up a little higher. Moving, massaging, healing the body in motion as we shed the old to make space for the new. Hands underneath the shoulders, low or high cobra. And knees down as we shift back into our downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg to the sky, extending that left leg back and up. Exhaling, left foot slowly to meet the right. Inhaling, right leg rises. Bending the knee, opening the hip. And knee to navel. We step that wonderful right foot between the hands. Palms flat or fingertips here. You can also have your hands on 2 blocks as we come into our 4 movements of lunge. Inhaling, tucking in the chin, rounding the spine. Exhale, extending, heel away from the crown, gazes to the sky, looking up. Inhale, gathering, tucking in the chin, rounding the spine. Exhale, expand and open. Forward, back, down and up. Inhaling. And exhaling. 3 more times, exhaling through the mouth, cultivating strength and stamina. Twice more, just like that. Last time. Back heel grounds, rising up into our warrior one. Arms rise to the sky. Feeling a gentle pulsation here as we press down into that front foot, lifting up along the spine. Slowly the arms come forward and down, interlocking the fingers. Lifting thighs, belly, heart to the sky, opening, drinking in the illuminating light of the moon. And exhale, we fold, pouring the body forward. Hands move away, bowing to the earth. Inhale as we rise on up, releasing the hands down, forward and up. Full circle with the arms. Hands come down. Stepping back into plank. Knees down, hips to heels. Circling around the left side. And around the right side. Taking your time. Softening, surrendering, receptivity, rolling forward. Shoulders over the wrists, tucking in the chin, leading with the belly, the heart, and the forehead. Cobra wave, palms flat or fingertips climbing up through the spine. Exhaling forward and down. Sahasrara Bhujangasana, spontaneous, fluid cobra. Rolling the shoulders, staying low, coming a little higher. If your lower back is sensitive in any way, then you're welcome also just to be in Sahasrara Sphinx. When we release the chin towards the chest, and flowing the head from side to side, looking around your shoulders. As you're ready, hands underneath the shoulders, pressing down to rise your back bend. And downward facing dog. Feet together, right leg rises, extending back and up. Exhale slowly, right foot to meet the left. Inhaling left leg to the sky. Bending the knee, opening the hip. Knee to navel, coiling in, stepping the foot through. All movements of lunge here, fingertips or fists, hands on blocks. Inhale as we coil in. Exhale, expand and open, forward, back, down and out, gazes to the sky. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling. 3 more times, exhaling through the mouth, releasing the old. Twice more. Last time. Vira 1, back heel ground. Rising up, extending the arms down, forward and up. Pulsations here in our Vira 1. Rooting down to rise. The arms come forward and down, past the hips, interlocking the fingers, lifting the heart, welcoming in the transformative light of the moon. And exhale, we fold, bowing to the earth in gratitude as the hands move away from the body. Inhaling as we rise on up. Full circle with the arms. Hands come down. Stepping into plank. Knees come down, hips to heel. Full circle in one direction. And full circle in the opposite direction as you reverse that movement. Rippling the spine forward, shoulders over the wrist, leading with the belly, the heart, the third eye. Sahasrara Sphinx here, or Sahasrara Bhujangasana. You're welcome to bend the knee, flare the toes, freeing the fluid body, the fluid spine, and awakening your mermaid tail. Awakening your mermaid tail. As you're ready, upward dog or cobra. And we shift back into our downward facing dog. Heels lift. They turn to the right. And then the left. The right once more. We bend the knees. Straighten the legs, switching the heels. Last time, either side. And heels extend to the back of the mat, right leg rises. Bending the knee, opening the hip. Knee to navel, stepping the foot through. Rising up, warrior one as the arms come down, forward and up. Full circle with the arms all the way around, interlocking the fingers behind you, lifting the heart. And we fold, bowing to the earth and all that it holds, carries. Inhale, rising. Reaching beyond into the illuminating light of the moon. Hands come down to the heart in prayer position as we radiate the arms and extend into our Viratu. Inhale, gathering hands to the heart. Exhale, radiate away. That's it, twice more here. Last time. Reverse warrior, left arm down, that back leg, right arm lift. Do the full circle as it comes across the face. Elbow to thigh, side angle pose. Left arm comes up and over the crown. Lifting you up. Coming round into lunge. Stepping into plank. Knees come down, hips to heels. Like the tide receding back away from the shore. Circling in one direction. And reversing the movement. Inhaling, let the rising tide rippling through the spine, shoulders over the wrists, leading with the hips, the heart, the third eye. Rolling the shoulders, bending the knees, releasing the head from side to side, awakening your mermaid tail. Swimming with the infinite here. Arms flat, On the mat, upward dog or cobra. And back into Adho Mukha, downward facing dog, lifting the hips nice and high. Feet together, left leg rises, bending the top knee, opening the hip. Knee to navel gathering in, step it through. Warrior one as we rise on up. Full circle with the arms. Interlocking the fingers behind you, lifting the heart. Drinking in that illuminating light, the eclipse energy. And we fold and bow in gratitude for the lessons, the blessings. Rising up. The hands descend to the heart as we shift and open in our warrior two, radiating the arms away. Inhale, gathering hands towards the heart. Exhale, radiate away. Twice more. Reverse warrior, left arm reaches up and over the crown, full circle here. Elbow to thigh in our side angle pose. Right arm comes up and over. Lifting you up through Viratu. Exhaling round into lunge, back knee. Or stepping into plank. Both knees down. Hips to heels, descending back. Circling in one direction, feeling that whirlpool motion. Reversing the movement. Hips to heel. Rippling through the spine, belly button towards the spine, rounding, leading with the hips. The heart, the third eye. Either Sahaja Sphinx here. If your back is feeling nice and open, you're welcome to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, bend the knees. You're also welcome here to flow the arms, reaching the arms forward, either side of the body. We're beginning to strengthen the spine with our fluid Shalabhasana. That's it. Hands underneath the shoulders, pressing down to rise. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. One more cycle of our namaskar. Feet together, right leg rises, bending the top knee, opening the hip. To navel, stepping the foot through. Warrior one as we rise on up. Full circle with the arms. Tracing the energetic field of the heart, interlocking the fingers, opening. Exhale and folding. Inhale, rising up. Exhaling, hands descend to the heart, down to Sushumna Nadi. Opening Viratu. Reverse warrior, reaching back and up. Full circle with this top arm. Elbow to thigh, or hand comes to the inside on a block if you need to. Left arm comes up and over. Lifting you up. Reverse warrior. Full circle with this top arm. Elbow to thigh, hand to the inside. Or as this left arm comes up and around, we shift into Skandasana, bending the left knee, straightening the right leg as the left arm extends out. Shifting the feet back into our Viratu, shaving the crown of the head with the left arm. Full circle with this right arm. And to the inside. Or as this left arm comes around, we shift into Skandasana. With support, that right arm on the mat, or without support. And here we flow from side to side. Similar to our opening movement meditation. And here, let's lift up and over the crown. Side to side movements. Circling, hydrating, lubricating. And as you're ready, turning over that front leg, hands come down. Stepping back into plank. Knees down, hips to heels. Circling, spiraling, moving in one direction. Switching it up. Reversing that movement. Rolling through the spine, chin to chest, rounding. Meeting with the heart, belly, the heart, third eye. Sahaja Bhujangasana, Sahaja Sphinx, or Sahaja Shalabhasana. Spiraling the wrists, the ankles, between the toes. Hands underneath the shoulders, pressing down to rise. Downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg to the sky. Bending the top knee, opening the hip. Knee to navel, step it through. Mirror one, rising up. The arms come down, forward and up. Full circle with the arms here. Interlocking the fingers. Welcoming in that transformative light in our back bend. Exhale and fold in gratitude, in reverence. Inhale, rising up. Releasing the arm. Hands come down towards the heart. Nadi as we shift and open Viratu. Change sides so we can still see each other. Reverse warrior. Full circle with that top arm. Elbow to thigh or hand to the inside. The right arm comes up and around. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Full circle with that top arm. This right arm comes up and around. We shift into Skandasana, left hand on the mat for support. Right arm reaches out at shoulder height. Shifting Viratu, rising up, shaving the crown of the head with the right arm. Reverse warrior, full circle. Left hand on the mat to the inside. We shift into Skandasana now, near lumbar without support as we flow and shift from side to side. Spine is long. Optional to come up and around like a wave. That's it. Inviting in fluidity, creativity in the palm. Self-expression. As we begin to let that archetype of the mystic, the dreamer, lead the way. And as you're ready, flowing over that left leg, stepping back into plank, knees down, hips to heel, circling, spiraling, moving, meandering in one direction. Reversing the movement. Hips to heel. Belly button towards the spine, rolling forward, leading with the belly, the heart, the third eye. Sahaja, Sphinx for the final time, or Sahaja Bhujangasana, or Sahaja Shalabhasana. That's it. Freeing the wings of the body, freeing the mermaid tail. Hands underneath the shoulders, pressing down to rise. And transitioning into downward facing dog. Hips are nice and high. Heels lift. They switch to the right side. And then the left. Switching heels to the right, bending the knees here. Changing sides. Back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Begin to walk, step, float, feet to the hands. Holding opposite elbows, nod and shake the head, empty out the mind. Perhaps a little sway. Releasing the hands as we gently roll up through the spine. Arms are heavy, head is heavy. The arms draw down, forward and up. And exhaling, the hands cascade down the body, landing once more, belly and heart, or in any area of the body that feels like it needs a loving touch. Just breathing here. Enjoy an exhalation through the mouth. Twice more. Beginning our 360 Emergence Movement Journey now. To come into a space of somatic exploration, a space of self-expression, and sahaja, freedom, spontaneous freedom. Keeping that buoyancy and that lightness alive. So as it's a movement journey, there'll be limited instruction throughout. Please know that the musical journey will rise and recede. Feel free to adjust your volume as you need to. Let's begin with our extremities. Feeling into the 360-degree movement of the wrist, the ankle, the knees, the elbows. And close down the eyes. Beginning to embrace and be inspired by this Piscean archetype, the element of water, the ebb and flow of these times. Moving the hips with the hands and the feet, the knees, the ankles. Feeling that mermaid tail. Feeling into that full 360-degree awareness. So you're welcome to turn a full circle, take in the view. And changing direction. Feeling behind you, in front of you, to the right, to the left. The rising energy, the receding energy. Releasing the chin towards the chest as we surrender the cognitive mind. If you need connection or guidance at any time, I'm here. Follow your own pathways, your own innate knowing. Moving to shed, moving to renew. Moving to grieve, moving to release, whatever it may be. Breathing into your intuitive knowing. Allowing your movement to strengthen that capacity of intuitive knowing. And take a few steps forward, a few steps back. Moving the wrists around each other, around your body. Moving your hips around each other. Invite in breath into the head, into the mind, into the midbrain. Giving the cognitive brain break. breath and life into the midbrain with the breath. Spaciousness, surrender. Chin towards the chest, releasing the head. Continue to breathe into the midbrain. Refreshing, replenishing, cleansing your lens. Breathing into the navel now, empowering yourself with your breath, with the movement, with the music. Feeling that inner fire getting a little bit more ignited. More defined in your movements, coming from the navel. Shedding the old, letting go, making space for the new. Continue to breathe into the navel, allowing it to empower you, inspire you, give you the courage, the bravery to shake it out, to let it go, to welcome in. Bringing the breath into the heart, mystic heart space, the wings of the heart. Shaking, refining our knowing. Traveling along that breath wave. Breathing into the heart. Expanding the field of the heart. Taking in the view. Full 360 degrees of awareness of the heart.
Aqui estamos nós como um só, unidos pelo ritmo dos tambores. Juntos dançamos e celebramos. Juntos nos elevamos e trazemos alegria para nossas vidas. Esta é a nossa canção da esperança.
Coming in, moving out. You're looking so beautiful. That's it. Shaking it off, inviting it in. Moving and breathing with the midbrain, the belly and the heart.
Vamos.
even as the music changes, if you're still riding those ecstatic waves, follow that movement, follow that impulse, follow that innate knowing of dynamic expression. Inviting in the recalibration, the retrograde back to self. Dancing with and moving with the self. The midbrain, the navel, and the heart. With what's in front of you, what's behind you, what's to the right, what's to the left. Finding repetition in your movement. Returning to the shoulders and the hips. The ankles and the knees. The wrists and the elbows. Feeling that beautiful descent, beautiful slowing down, that invitation to surrender, to receive. But before you do, take in the view, enjoy a full turn, a 360-degree turn. Changing direction. See what you see, feel what you feel. Just know what you know in this space of receptivity. Feeling that decompression. crown, backs of the eyes, palate of the mouth, descending down the back of the throat, streaming down the shoulders, over the elbows, wrists, fingertips. Down over the shoulder blades, breastbone wrapping around the ribs, streaming down the torso, over the kidneys, adrenal glands, digestive organs, swirling around the hips, the pelvis, the yoni, the danda, down the backs of the legs, the sides of the legs, the front of the legs, the inner legs. Down through the soles of the feet, perhaps enjoying your choice of a forward bend. With or without bolster, your choice. Changing your position to restore a little more, to surrender deeper. Changing position one more time to make your way into Shavasana, relaxation. And prop your knees over bolster. You're welcome to cover the eyes. Cover your body with a blanket. making any adjustments you need to. Exhaling your weight into the earth. Exhaling all that you're shedding into the earth. Allowing yourself to be carried along that breath wave and flow into form and to flow. Three breaths into the midbrain. Three breaths into the navel. Three breaths into the heart. Feeling that illuminating light of the transforming, eclipsing full moon pouring down upon you, cleansing, purifying, transmuting. You who have been seeking whatever path you are on, a moment will come when divine pulsation grabs you and carries you into its dance. In the midst of ecstatic motion, your body dissolves into light, leaving only the soft, glowing benediction of bone. Seeing the unseen vastness, or you become a tongue tasting upwards into the nectar of eternity. The soul reveals itself to itself through moment, through movement, through energy-infused undulations and gestures of hand, of foot, of spine, face, and form. The invisible loves the visible. You who have been seeking whatever path you are on, a moment will grab you. Divine pulsation carries you into its dance. In the midst of ecstatic motion, your body dissolves into light, leaving only the soft, glowing benediction of bones. Seeing the unseen vastness, tasting the nectar of eternity. The soul reveals itself to itself through moment, through movement, energy-infused undulations and gestures of hands, of feet, of spine, face, and form. The invisible loves the visible. The soul reveals itself to itself through movement, through energy-infused undulations and gestures of hand, foot, spine, face, and form. The invisible loves the visible. Exhaling down into your feet, down through your mermaid tail. And as the breath returns, gently floating one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Hearing a whisper of your intention, that which is being illuminated and planted at this time. Beginning that beautiful transition from stillness into movement as we begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, feel the tongue in the mouth, release the head from side to side. Beginning to gently change position, extending the arms, extending the legs, rolling to one side if you're laying down. If you're seated, changing position of your comfortable seat. Making your way up, hands in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart, eyes slightly closed. Inhale, arms rise over the crown in Jaya Mudra, Mudra Victory. Exhaling with an Om as the arms open, deep inhalation. Oh. Whispering Shanti or peace as the hands come back to the heart. Palms touch, fingertips lightly touch the forehead. 3 words of gratitude for the lessons and the blessings of the past as we step through this portal of the eclipse into the mystery, into the unknown, being guided by the dreamer, the artist, the mystic, the Pisces archetype. Namaste.